I believe having a military background is going to be advantageous for a few reasons that I can think of. One, the first one right off the top of my head is, law school uh, is going to put you through a certain degree of mental anguish and suffering because of the amount of workload you're going to have and the amount of readings and just the amount of new information you're going to have to learn. And it's going to really open your mind up, and the pressure of the Socratic method being called on in class. All that will overwhelm you, and what will happen is everyone will start to complain about, a lot of people will start to complain about how hard it is, but you've already dealt with a certain amount of mental anguish and physical anguish and suffering in the military, which is going to put things in perspective. Like, oh, this still isn't as bad as this in the military in your mind. So that I have a few examples of those I leaned on to put things into perspective. Next biggest one is going to think smarter, not harder. It's prioritizing what you need to do to accomplish the mission, prioritizing what you need to do, what you need to study, and doing it effectively to just and not wasting time, because there's going to be so much to do, so much you can get caught up in the general scheme of things. You don't want to get lost in the weeds. So thinking smarter, not harder. One example of that would be, go to when you're a 1L, you go to your 2L, the class above you, law students. Law school's 3 years long, and you go to the 2L, the smartest one in the class, and get their outlines for the certain classes you're taking they already took, and the class notes, and you can effectively study and not be overwhelmed if you miss reading a class or something. You at least have a general outline of what's going to happen and what your professor cares about. So those kind of things will really put you at an advantage as a veteran compared to your peers, I think.